All right, hey guys. So this is what I've been doing off and on all week. Is this, and what is this? It's it, and what's it? It's the in-game upgrading of your weapons. Now, why would it take all week long to work on your weapon upgrades? And the answer is pretty simple. You see, all of the remnants, they require certain ingredients that can only be found in the ancient ruins, which is accessible upon completing the Fallen, which was that really hard boss that we had to fight in order to get Wingal as a recruit. And once you defeat that the Fallen, then you can access this ruins. But I didn't access it before because the monsters here are harder than anywhere else in the game. And this is what I'm up against. So let's take let's take Balsan for example. You know, I recently upgraded his big harpoon spear into a Naginata, and that's like his second to last weapon upgrade. And I mean, that in itself, I mean, the damage is not that special, you know, it's nothing spectacular, but the next upgrade changes the weapon completely into the most powerful, literally the most powerful weapon in the game. Though it kind of falls sadly on him because his potential is not as badass as the gore guy, you know. But so this is what a really good example. So he wants jewel steels and he wants Pangu bones. He wants 8 jewel steels total, and he wants 8 Pangu bones. Now these things each have a 3% drop rate on certain monsters in this dungeon that I'm in right now. So each monster that you kill, there's a 3% chance that they'll drop either one. So you multiply that, you know, by the number that you're fighting at a time, but you need 8 of each. Now you can see why it's taking me so long. Because it's not just him. He doesn't just want it. No. It's the Duke. He also wants jewel steels. And I don't know if he wants 8 also. I think he wants 8 also. So there's 4 more for him. Oh no, it gets better. And then Wingal, he needs 6. So he needs 4 too. You know, and man, it's like
a well-rounded.
I can't remember how many others needed also.
What would you like me to do?
You want something?
See, he has 8. He's done. I just have to get Oarfish fins, and I have to find the achievement that I have to do in order to get that magazine, so that I can finish his up, and his obsidian will upgrade. And there's 3 upgrades to the remnants. There's like an artist and a virtuous. So, but
checking my stats, huh?
My contract cannot end.
Just those.
Enough.
Now, not all of the ones that want jewel steals are that bad. Like I think the sword one only just needs 2. So some of them are already done with their jewel steal
Consider
demands.
well the strength of the entire party.
Hello there.
And some of them don't really need that much right now, but I'm sure that once they get their upgrades, they're going to be wanting Dual Steels too, so I'll have to come back here and do those also. So yeah, so what was that like? So I still need 2 more for him, plus 5 Pangu bones. So that's 6. And so 10. So I need 10 Jewel Steel. So I gotta fight these things 10 times in order to get it. So what you mean by 10 times? I'm saving right by the monsters and then fighting them over and over and over again until they get me a drop. And I'll take a Pangu Bone or I'll take the Jewel Steel. So this is what I'm probably going to be doing all stream. Is fighting these things over and over and over. And it's crazy, you know, just how many times I have to kill these things just to get one drop. But the good news is that I've actually gotten pretty good at the quick times now. Because I've had to do so much fighting. Damn, they're all mixed up. That won't do anything. Also, I've been gimping myself intentionally by shutting off all of their weapon, unique arts, and all that stuff, and all their arts that have maxed out, so that while I'm doing this, there also will be gaining their. They'll be skilling up. So, I'm trying to make the most of it. So it's a little harder than it would normally be, but I'm okay with it.
Come on, let's kick some ass. You're through!
Don't be holding back now!
Oh shit. I just completely forgot that I'm fighting Spirit Lords and you're not supposed to engage all your entire team on the first round.
Let's do this!
So nice.
Next time you're dead!
Here you go.
I'm ready for
Get up.
anything!
You'll be fine now.
You'll find no fitter opponent than I!
They look pretty strong.
The curse actually got them all. Oh man, what is this bad luck with the fucking curses?
Don't allow them to escape! Are you still with us?
And I am stretching it really bad because I have to, all my item skills are depleted and I have to buy supplies. So like they got very little to use like for raids and stuff like that for the item arts.
Not bad.
And strong. What?
So I can tear you apart.
I noticed that Blocker's damage has really lagged far behind now. I think if I was to get a Rudolph or Randall, whatever his name is, if I didn't miss him, he probably would have taken Blocker's place. I have to make a note of that. His damage was pretty good early and mid game. It's just now, I don't know if it's because his weapon is lagging behind, but at this point I noticed that the weapon does make a huge difference in their damage. All these monsters too in this area are BR 100, 110, and minimum. So even if you're BR like 60, I think I'm like 60, 61 right now, I'm still fighting BR 100s. So that's a big thing too. Let's see. Man, look how dodgy that guy is. They're stuck with life powder because all the other ingredients are used up. Damn it.
Don't be holding back now!
I think I dropped off for a bit.
Here I come.
Not bad.
I'll stop you, no matter the cost.
You alright? Here.
Take it! What the hell are you doing?
I'll show you what I can do.
knew that was blackout.
Sweet! Little by little, I'm becoming
A
stronger.
new mystic
Did everyone see what
a
just
glorious
happened?
day.
I know I'm good.
Yay!
Excellent.
I
Brilliant.
feel like I've grown. Finally!
Ugh. Yep, all that for nothing. Then you gotta start over.
Come on, let's kick some
Oh.
ass.
Wasn't thinking again.
Let's do this. Stand your ground.
You'll find no fitter opponent than I!
I couldn't have asked for more.
You'll be alright now.
I suppose this means I must continue to
Finish
fight.
them all! together!
Get him this
Next time you're dead.
I don't know why they don't want to heal the Duke of Gore.
Get him next time! Watch!
Now somebody would want to raise him.
Oh! Like, no way! I missed? What are you doing?
I'm surprised how strong Nora became. Oh, a bunch of bull. By a thread. Oh.
You're not going to perish from that scratch, are you?
Why? I feel a lot better.
You wanna play? Nice!
What?
Ooh. I might get an enemy fuel. Let's see what happens there. Damn. If only Arena can learn evocations or an invocation. No, didn't look like it at all.
Hello? Why are you like dead? What?
Sweet! This is just the beginning.
A new mystic
Did
art.
everyone see what
a
just
glorious day.
I know I'm good.
This is of no concern to
I shall
you.
use this for the people of
I feel
Atlan.
like I've grown. I've learned a new art.
Let's do this!
If only 3% was 9% with 3 instead of 3%, 3%, 3%.
Hold it back now!
Next time you're dead!
Take this!
This is the type of matchup that turns me on.
Really now. Size isn't everything.
Get up. You'll be fine now. I suppose this means I must continue to fight.
There you go!
Come on, finish them off!
Yes!
OMG! WTF! No way! I missed?
Can you handle this?
They're strong.
How you like that?
So I can tear you apart.
No way! I missed!
My threat.
Shoe fly. Don't bother me.
Next time you're dead.
Here.
This is just the beginning.
Learn how to use
Did everyone see what just happened?
I know I'm good.
I must surpass my mother.
This for the people of Atlant.
Finally.
This
There we go.
is just what I needed.
Whew.
Let's do this.
Now for one of these guys.
Come on, let's kick some A.
Don't underestimate your foes!
You okay?
Not bad.
Take care of yourself.
Oh, hey, how's it going? It's Nogi.
Yeah, let's kick some tail.
So after you visit Karina in every city, as you said, she is in. I can't remember which guild exactly. She's either like in the ring guild in Gore, or she is at the she's at the Golden Chalice and Elysium. I can't remember exactly which one. But once you've already bought all her stuff in every city, though, she's automatically available for recruitment. You don't get a cutscene or anything that tells you that. But she is really good, though. This is actually the first playthrough that actually used her. I would have the perfect lineup right now, but I messed up getting Roberto. So I'm stuck with Blockter. And Blockter's damage was really good up until here recently, and now it's like lagging behind. He's the weakest link in the combats unit. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, keeping a low BR is really hard the first playthrough. But I was like BR 44 when I started the ultimate grind. And it still turned out really good. Oh yeah, thanks. I tried beating the Fallen before the ultimate grind, but it just was not possible. You have to have Cachexia. I tried doing it without Cachexia, and I tried many times, and it just could not work out. So I had to do the ultimate grind before the Fallen, but it still turned out pretty good. Wingal still had pretty good stats, and he was able to catch up. So now he's doing really good. So it really wasn't that big of a deal. Even crazier is I want to get Lucretius, but you don't have access to him until BR 80, and I'm BR 61, and I'm doing the final upgrades. Yeah, I've seen people talking about like doing like 80,000 with like Luke's Revenge for Torgal. But I don't know how in the world they were able to do that unless they did the ultimate grind. Because I was trying to do that method at first, and he was like only doing around 40,000. It's like that's not enough without Cachexia. And he would. I mean, it was okay the first couple of rounds. I might get lucky and survive the blackout, but then when he does the whiteout right after that, it's usually game over then.
Nice!
Yeah, don't worry about it. I mean, if it's not a replay, if it's not like the second game or the second playthrough, then don't worry about it too much. As long as you like just avoid the major fights and only do upgrades whenever you find the ability to get most of the ingredients with a fewer amount of fights, then you'll be all right. Like I said, like this is my first playthrough, and I was like BR 42 by the time that I got through with the 6 bases, and it was fine after that. You know? But I mean, after the first playthrough, when you play it again, it becomes so much easier because you get all of the abilities already unlocked for Rush, and then you can you already like farmed all your ingredients ahead of time, so you don't gain BR like farming all the upgrades and stuff like that. See, if you're doing it for PC, there's a little trick that you can get around. Yeah, it's a ton easier because you carry over all of your ingredients, all of your formations, all of Rush's unlocked arts, and yeah. So what that means is that you go in your INI file and you switch on the or you turn off the lock for the other people's equipment, and so at the start of the game, you just find the weapon that they use and upgrade it all the way up to maximum. Buy the lowest. Well, I don't even think you have to switch it out. Then, if you use the same weapon that they have, then you get a copy of it and you upgrade it up all the way so that your next fight they'll ask for it, and then they'll swap it up, and all of a sudden, wow, they got like the strongest weapon that they can get, early on, and then it makes everything so much easier. But one thing that I learned though, and I kind of learned this the hard way, is that if you manually swap out their weapons and you force them to upgrade by giving them the weak weapon, and then they'll ask for the stronger of that weapon, it'll lock out any further requests for them for what they would normally request. So like give Arena for example, she used the staff. She starts out with the staff at first, but if you get the Night Bloom, she'll ask for it. She has priority to ask for the Night Bloom katana. Well, I thought why not go ahead and swap out, you know, a katana now, so that whenever she does ask for the Night Bloom, then I can. She'll already have some katana arts, you know. She'll already have some one-handed skill ups. And I was doing that trying to give her a little edge there. But what I ended up doing was, whenever I manually changed her staff to a katana, and then had her accept the new katana upgrade, she locked out her ability to request the Night Bloom. So I have to now watch her when she's getting close to upgrading, or right before she tries to upgrade her item request. I have to remove the Night Bloom, or else it'll disappear. But Emma, since she's second in line to request it, she took it instead, which kind of worked out because it works really good with the 100 flowers. And so I just took the Night Bloom off of that and gave it to Irina. So whenever Emma does her item upgrade, she'll get the Night Bloom Virtus, and Irina will still have the Night Bloom. So it's a little bit of juggling there, but that's just something I have to keep in mind from now on, that if I change one of their weapons, they won't be able to ask for any of the special weapons later. So like I don't know if you were here earlier, but like I was saying, I'm working on the final upgrades right now, and the worst things that you gotta grind for is Pangu Bones and these Jewel Steels, because they're only a 3% drop rate off of these things. And although like some of them only ask for 2 Jewel Steels, others like the Duke and Goa and Wayne Gao, they need like 6 to 8 of these things. And then the Pangu Bones are just as bad, and the Duke wants 8 of them too, so it's pretty bad. Fighting these things are like mini bosses, and it just takes a long time to kill, and then you have to reset the game because it doesn't give it to you. Also, I have my setup to where I'm trying to get as much Arcana possibilities as possible. It's because Arcanas are just so nice. But it's a bit difficult because, like, damn, Irina, for example, she can't do Arcanas, but she's in a 3-party. And I have to have her with Marina because they do the dual snow pedal together. So, but the dual snow pedal is good too in a way because it does affect the whole battlefield. So I guess it's kind of like an Arcana in a way.
What do you think you're doing?
Thank you. Are you alright?
Yeah, I am doing a lot of Mystic. most of it is for arcana purposes. But I am also like taking the opportunity, since I'm doing a lot of grinding, to try to get as many maxed out on hexes, so that they can get more cachexias off. But it's pretty much overkill at that point. But yeah, it doesn't really affect their performance. And I still have those that have higher strength focus on combat. See, my pure combat is the Yama team right here, and then Karina and Emma's units, they're both support. I wish there was an accessory that prevents paralyze.
What?
That'd be nice.
Nice.
I'm trying to make Rush a ninja, but I'm surprised he didn't learn his first katana skill until much later, and I don't understand why it took him so long before he got his first katana skill. So now it's like playing catch up with that, and he can't become a ninja until he acquires enough in his katana skills. But his mystics are already off the charts, so he already meets everything else to become ninja. And ninja is really good because it not only gives you a chance to start off with hit from behind, but also instant death immunity. Oh yeah, yeah. Rush is cool because you can do anything you want with him, especially after the first playthrough. The second, when you get all of his art orbs from achievements and stuff like that, you can level him and everything. That blaster is pretty nasty. It's completely random. Damn it. I was kind of hoping the other one could get to him first.
Get him next time.
Also, death is not a bad thing in this game, unless you're completely wiped out, because you actually reduce your BR EXP from whatever you're fighting, depending on how many of your units get killed. So that's pretty good. It helps lower your BR XP when you have some people dying. Walls to the walls. Well, of course, they start off.
Right? There's still plenty of power left in these old bones.
Yay! I must surpass my mother. I shall use
Excellent.
this for the people of Athlum.
Well, it doesn't lower your BR. It lowers the BR experience. So the way that your BR increases is that everything that you fight has EXP, like in a typical role-playing game. But instead of you getting the XP, the game gets the EXP. And after you get so much EXP, it will raise your BR rank. So the higher level the monster is, of course, the more XP they have. So you can scale up on like real low level monsters and get a lot. You know, you won't be raising your BR as much, which is why that ultimate grind works so well. But whenever you get killed, it's like reversing some of that EXP that you get from what you're fighting. So if some of your people die while you're in a fight, then the total amount of EXP that you get from killing whatever you're fighting is reduced. It doesn't eliminate it, but if you like have most of your people wiped out before you kill whatever you're fighting, then you get a lot less EXP for that fight towards your BR, if that makes sense. So it's a good way to slow down the BR levels if you're doing a lot of fighting, especially whenever you're working on your upgrades and you have to fight things so that your other players, you know, they get the items that they need to upgrade their weapons. Just have a couple of units or more die, you know, every fight. Another good tactic to slow down the BR increase also while you're farming for upgrades is that you look up on the wiki the lowest or I should say highest on the list of that monster that drops whatever you're hunting, and go for that one, because those, like the ones at the higher on the list, are weaker of all the others. So the weaker they are, the less EXP they get. Yeah, because it subtracts some of that experience that you get for killing the monster. That's how it works.
Come on, let's kick some ass. What are you doing? Stand up! Keep fighting!
Well, no, that's just something I'm doing in the process. Right now, I am farming jewel steels and pangu bones, which are required for a few of my hard hitters to upgrade their relics.
Take care of yourself.
No way! I missed?
It's best to avoid antagonizing the strong, but...
Nice! Don't underestimate your foes!
Well, no, I fight him, and if it doesn't get the drop, then I just reload and then fight it again until he finally drops it, and then I move on to the next one.
Try this on my side!
Stop slacking.
I wish. It sucks. I used up all of my item resources in here, and now I'm. They don't have enough to use the better healing, so they're using life powders, and it hardly heals themselves for anything. There's no way. I'm just gonna let him die. Just life powders and some Viviction herbs, and that's it.
Are you alright?
Hold still so I can tear you apart.
I forced it on him because he was already using a one-handed axe, and the same thing I did to Arena. So, like I said, you go to the INI file, and I can't remember the name of it. You have to look up what it is, but there's a line of code in there that turns on and off the ability to equip the other characters with their weapons and shields. And when you click that off, then you'll able to change out their weapons. And the trick is to do this is that you get 2 copies of the weapon you want them to start using. You equip them with the lower weapon, the base weapon, and then you upgrade the other weapon to as high as you can, and then you fight a couple of fights. And then when you do that, they'll see the weapon that they're holding, and then they'll see the upgraded version of it, and then they'll request it. And then whenever you let them take it, then their item list changes to meet the tree of the weapon upgrades for that weapon from now on. So you can change out their weapon and then give them a one-handed weapon and a shield, and then you have an upgraded version of that weapon and shield in your inventory. So once they take those, they'll start upgrading them as if they've always used it. It's all up to you on what you want them to use. If once you allow yourself to be able to change their weapons and shields, then you can give them anything you want as long as it's the race allows them to equip it. And once they take the upgrades, then they'll forever use whatever that weapon is. But like I said, the downside to that is if they are supposed to ask for like a remnant that you find later, like the Scanova or the Night Bloom or the Obsidian, any of those that you find in treasure chests later in the game or for defeating bosses, if they're supposed to ask for it and you did that trick, then they will not ask for it. So you have to take that in consideration if you want to change anybody's weapons. If they are never going to ask for a remnant, or you don't plan on them getting any remnants, then go ahead and change their weapons up to any way you want them to use, and then that's that. But just make sure if they're supposed to ask for something later, make sure you don't do that trick with them, or else they'll never ask for it.
What are you doing?
Next time you're dead.
Oh, looks like that totally hurt. No way! I missed?
Take care of yourself.
Very nice. Good effort.
Little by little, I'm becoming
I'll
stronger.
try this baby out as soon as I can.
God damn it, nothing.
Let's do this.
These stupid Oblivion rings are supposed to have a 45% chance to drop the capture, and it seems more like it's 10%. At least you can get a Pangu bone from the capture, I think. Not a Jewel Steel, though.
Come on, let's kick some A. Ha! What are you doing?
Are you still with us?
Look out from the side! OMG! WTF!
Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
This is the type of matchup that turns me on.
Nice.
Are you still with us?
You know, I wish I could unlock the mysteries of that damn blaster spell, because it seems to like to have a mind of its own where it like does the effect that like
OMG! WTF!
that sucks the worst. I mean, it seems to always do like the ailments on my combat team every single time. Sometimes it does hardly any damage at all. Sometimes it brings them to near death. I can't make heads or tails of it. I'm gonna pull him back for me. Oh yeah, it's pure pain.
No way! I missed!
No matter how skilled you are and how much you know about this game, the chaos of the battle system will make sure that you don't have a guaranteed victory.
Don't be holding back now!
Ah! Ow! No way! I missed?
I think people get the first taste of that when they fight the fiery idol. I think that's the first fight whenever people come to realize that they just have to keep trying until they're lucky.
I didn't need your help.
The fiery idol, the first boss that you fight.
Still, so I can tear you apart.
Hit him harder!
Tough one.
Sweet! Yeah!
Little by little, I hope to put this power to great use.
Did everyone see what just happened?
Yay!
Excellent.
Got it.
There we go. There's a Pengu bone and a capture, which has more Pengu bones. Okay.
I'll follow whatever orders you give me.
I have many years of experience as a soldier.
Release me from all that binds
Does
me!
anyone else need Pengu bones?
If you're just looking this up for kicks,
Observe my stats carefully before making a choice.
What would you like me to do?
You want something?
Just seems like it's
Checking
false.
my
And
stats, huh?
My contract cannot end soon enough.
but it needs 8 of those. So he needs 3 more. Yeah. Yeah, those and Jewel Steels are what I'm farming right now.
Haven't you stared long enough?
I am Emma Honeywell II.
Once I get those, then I gotta go back to town and do some achievements so I can unlock those other ones so that they can get their upgrades. I use a wiki. I use the Last Remnant wiki. It shows all the weapon upgrades and stuff that they have on there. You know, like for example, like you let me give you an example. So like Balsan, for example, it shows that he needs Jewel Steels, Pengu Bones, and Dragon Manes, right? But it doesn't tell you how many that you need. But all you have to do is look up his character page and it'll show the next weapon that he upgrades to. So you look at the weapon that he upgrades to next, and you look at the cost of what is needed to create it or to upgrade it, and then that's how you know how many you need. Oh, nice. There's some Jill Steels right there. And the cool thing is that when you open up a treasure chest or you break down a capture, everybody, and even Miney too, everybody gets that same amount. So everybody that still needs Jill Steels will each get 2 Jill Steels. So that's good. Oh, that's really nice there. 50% max HP and Pierce +5. Yeah, it's nice. Ooh, physical resist +5, Maul Pierce defense +5. That's very good. So what? Who has piercing?
Have you never laid eyes on a Subani?
Yeah, that's nice. Maddox right now, he's the weakest of these guys. He drops one AP from there, but I want to give him that. Look at his defense. Yeah. Yeah. If only they give me 6. If only they gave me 6 slots instead of just 5, I'd make another one just for a massive damage, whatever that is. The one after the behind assault. Oh.
Have you never laid eyes on a Subani? Don't let my age fool you.
So right now I'm looking, he just needs to you get Alan and Ratoria, and I can't remember the name of the quest, but you there's a quest there once you get access to Ratoria that you can do that you will you'll be able to recruit them afterwards. You can get them pretty early in the game. Yep, no problem.
I have many years of experience as a soldier.
The Duke needs 3 more Jill Steels.
You want something?
I'll follow whatever orders you give me.
See, he's got 8 jewel steels now, so he's got all the jewel steels he needs. He just needs 3 Pengu bones. So I need 3 Pengu bones. Five jewel steels and 3 Pengu bones, and then I'm done. I'm done for the moment here. But that's that's more than the stream's worth, I'm afraid. Yeah.
Let's do this.
So if you know a chest has that, and you want to hold off on opening that chest until you have multiple people that require that item, if it's hard to get, and then you'll maximize your time that way. You just open it up and boom, they all get it.
Let's clean up these fiends.
Next time you're dead.
Check this out.
Thanks for warming him up.
Yeah, they are. You know, I think is real funny is
Look out from the sides!
Alan's
Oh, no way!
retribution. It's
Best
it can
to avoid
hit
antagonizing
outside of
the small
unions. It can hit multiple units, but it's such a short range that it doesn't really make any sense. Like, I've seen one time in this entire playthrough so far where it actually connected with another unit besides the one that they're fighting. I thought that's just so funny. Like, how can that sword hit more than one? That seems like a good combo there. Yeah. Except when it's yours, then somehow all your people are grouped together nice and tight for their acid sprays and twisters and all those things. Oh.
Quit dragging us down.
I appreciate it.
What?
this is almost done.
Sweet! This is
Yeah.
just the beginning.
There's still plenty of power left
I'll
in these
try this
old
baby out
bones.
as soon as I can.
know I'm good.
This is of no concern to you.
Hey, go ahead and eat it. It's good. Ah, it didn't drop.
Damn.
Yeah, a lot of these AoEs from these monsters are like deadly early.
Still with us? Impossible. Oh, this
Just
may be
because
a
it doesn't they don't give you that much of a time to build your HP up. I'm not really trying to go for max damage or anything. I'm mainly focusing on getting Rush's katana skills leveled up, and those that have wards to skill up their wards so that they can unlock the combination of the protection and the mystic ward, whatever is after that. So I'm trying to get those skilled up beyond everything else.
Not bad.
Let's clean up the
Yeah, unless if it's a tough boss battle, I choose everything as leveling up or skilling up, whatever you want to call it.
Take care of yourself out here. All right?
Gratitude.
Just finished!
You'll be all right now.
Yeah, well, that's actually true. He will ultimately be the better leader, but not until about, I would say, right before you start the 6 bases. Because David starts out really good with a gay bulg and all that, but his total skill set is lacking. So you really limit yourself as having him as a leader later on. Whenever you can do multiple arcanas and stuff like that with Pegasus, especially whenever he has wards. He gets wards later on when your BR gets up, and yeah, and plus once he gets his item, you know, he learns Megalore, and Megalore is, you know, a battlefield size AOE, so he makes up. I mean, he gets his own gay bulb later, in a sense. Yeah, Pegasus is better than David. David is good until about middle game, and then he just kind of phases out. But yeah, I got Maddox, and I should have used Maddox sooner. I don't know why I didn't put him in until later, but I should have put him. I should put Maddox in right as soon as I get him, because Maddox ends up being really good too, as far as DPS and utility. But Lashao is really good also. He has the best parameter boost, and he has a lot of skills, but he doesn't have like the battlefield size AoEs or anything like that. But he is really good though. But Pegasus gets that Megalore, and I mean, it's just like the gay bulb. You know, if Paris wasn't so badass, I would actually use David in this group with Torgal and Emma. But Paris, man, Paris is a tank. I'm surprised just how good he is. You know, he can handle his own in a small group, which is why I got him there. No, I wouldn't say he's better than Pegasus as a leader, but he's good in that. He's good in the magic group because he does have access to multiple magic skills.
Hold still so I can tear you apart.
I actually had Paris in that group for a while because his psionics are pretty strong. And they do a lot of damage right off the bat as soon as you get them. But because he can't do Arcanas that well, I ended up moving him over. But he's really good for magic and for tanking. Whenever you choose a leader, you gotta think four main things. One is,
this is just the beginning.
what
No
specials do they have access to?
I feel stronger than before.
If they can use summons, if they can, because you can only have one summon at a time, but having three that can summon at a given time makes things pretty good.
This is
Oh, there we go. There's your Jewel Steel. And the third thing is you know, if they can use Arcanas or not, and which ones can they use. So there's... Well, see, Emma is an ideal leader because she can, one, she can summon, and two, because she gets access to the unique ability called 100 Flowers, which is a really powerful weapon art that you gain access to whenever the unit's HP is low. And how many times does your HP get low as opposed to like having high morale, which most of the remnant skills and the weapon skills, they all usually require high morale in order to activate. Tina and Hannah are good, but again, you get them so late in the game that you don't really get that much out of them because you for one, you're past the ultimate grind by then. I mean, there shouldn't be a reason why you haven't done the ultimate grind by the time, you know, you get there. So that's already past them. So you don't get that many skill ups with them, like their HP, their AP, and strength and intelligence and all that. So they miss out on a lot of that. And, you know, compared to the people that you grind with early on, they just don't have that much of a, you know, stat increase. So the dual pedal, like I said, like they work together to do the dual pedal thing, but so does Irina and Karina, which is why I have them in a unit by themselves, because with that witch's seal, Karina can do the dual snoop pedal. So, and you get her a little bit earlier, and so it works out. What do you mean she learns the art? You talking about 100 flowers? As far as I know, only Emma knows 100 flowers. And I'm still trying to decide.
Oh well.
I gotta keep her from upgrading because I don't want to risk losing the nightmare.
Let's do this!
Let's clean up these fiends.
Oh, hey, no problem, thanks. Also remember that my VODs are also on YouTube. So if you ever want to look back and see what I've done for certain things in the game, you can kind of look at that too and get some ideas. Yeah, the link is in my description.
Sweet!
Little by little, I'm becoming stronger.
There is no limit to my strengths.
Excellent. I feel like I've grown.
Great!
Let's do this!
Let's clean up these fiends.
Get him next time!
Whoops.
Advance on their flank!
Sweet!
Little by little, I'm becoming stronger.
I'm totally stronger than before!
Yeah, nothing at all that time.
Let's do this!
Keep them off balance and crush them!
You know, another thing I thought of is that instead of Alan, I should have probably used Haruko, whatever her name is. I haven't recruited her yet. I kind of put her quest off in the back burner. Oh, hey, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the content. I got a lot of stuff on there. That YouTube channel is so old. It's like 14 years old or something like that. I put all kinds of stuff on there through the years, but I used to play Final Fantasy 11 a long time ago for like 10 years. And I had a bunch of stuff on there. A lot of those videos disappeared though after like the DCMA started becoming a thing. And a lot of my videos got taken down. That was a shame. Yeah, it's crazy how long it's been around. And I feel so old now.
Come on, let's kick some A! What are you doing?
Shit. You know when you get tired whenever you miss like most of your quick times. When you start missing your quick times, and it's like, oh man, I'm starting to get tired now. I'm 41. I'm getting up there.
Advance on their flank!
Well fought.
Sweet!
Only in death does one cease to grow.
I must surpass my mother.
Damn it, those are some good skill ups too. Such a waste. Well, I mean, when I was younger, man, I was a complete game addict. Sometimes I would spend over 24 hours at a time just playing video games nonstop. But yeah, that's slowed down a little bit. Now I do gardening and stuff like that now, my off time. So I found other things to do now. But yeah, I was pretty crazy with video games for forever. Now I've gotten lazy, and I like to watch other people play video games instead of playing them. But that's how I got into doing Twitch. Like I was on here for a couple of years before, and I just mostly watch people playing games and messing with them. And it's like, you know, why don't I give that a try? I'm not expecting big follows or anything like that. I mean, it's pretty funny because I like role-playing games so much that most of my content is nothing but role-playing games, like retro stuff, and it's not the popular thing, you know, so you don't really get that much attention for doing those games. But I noticed that more and more people are now playing retro games now. Like even the ones that normally play Fall Guys or Fortnite or whatever, they're all starting to play retro games a lot now. So maybe that'll catch on. The old will become the new. I could never get into like the Dark Souls games though. Man, I noticed that a lot of people like that Dark Souls, but I don't know. I just don't care for it that much. I do have Kingsfield though. I do have Kingsfield 1 and 2, and ironically that is like the prequel to Dark Souls. So I do have those games.
Sweet. This is just the beginning.
And I will probably
Still
play
plenty
them
of power left in these old bones.
sometime in the
That means
future.
nothing to me.
Like, I'm totally stronger than before.
But watching Woozles, I actually learned that there's also a couple of other games that are like Dark Souls too, like not Elden Ring, but Eternal Ring and Shadow Tower. And those two are very much like Kingsfield also. No, well, I like see the way that I got my schedule set up. So I played several role-playing games to different consoles, like Sega Genesis and you know, some from Super Nintendo and PlayStation 1 and 2 and PC. And I didn't want to just play one at a time, so I split it up into different days. Like Monday is Sega Genesis, so right now I'm playing Sword of Vermilion on Sega Genesis on Mondays, and then Tuesdays is PlayStation. So I got Grandia going on right now on Tuesdays, and then Thursdays and Saturdays is this game. And the only reason why I'm playing this game on 2 days is, well, you can see this is the most grind-intensive game that I have ever played, and so it requires 2 days of the week to play. So, but I'm playing this first for PC because for the longest time, as an inside joke, I would always go onto a streamer's channel and said, "Hey, why don't you play The Last Remnant? You know, it's a fun role-playing game. You'll like it, you know." And I was always kind of hoping that they would actually like take me up on that offer and see the hell that this game will put them through, and I will have enjoyment watching them suffer the entire way. But no, you know, of all the people that I've asked, not a single one would even try to attempt this game, and it's sad, you know, because it's not really that bad of a game. The combat is just unrelenting, and the grind is just outrageous. But other than that, I mean, it's nice eye candy. You know, the story isn't terrible. I mean, it's kind of lacking a little bit, but the story isn't terrible. But I like it. But I decided, you know, my first stream, you know, starting off, my first game, you know, would be the ones that I have the most memory of. So I decided for the first PC game was going to be this one. Yeah, you know, it's kind of weird because I don't know if they were trying to do a cliffhanger for a sequel or not, or they were just trying to leave it like, oh, it's a possibility that he was still alive, you know. But yeah, I don't get that. They just kind of. I mean, yeah, he kills himself. Yeah, spoilers. Haha, I spoiled it for everybody. But yeah, he does the ichiku or whatever you call it, the Japanese trope, you know, where the hero gives his life, whatever, at the end or whatever. But then they kind of like have it black, you know, and then it's like. You hear him talking, or you hear like the Conqueror talking, saying you're not done yet, or something like that, and then it's like giving a hint that he's not truly dead. And I'm like, where are they going with this? Yeah. Well, see. Well, for one, Square Enix never really cared about what their people, like what their audience cares about. Like they do whatever they want, you know, and
I feel like
so I don't really think it's because it wasn't that successful why they didn't have a sequel. Because if it wasn't, if that was the reason, they would not have ported this game like 7 or 8 times since its release. Like that's how many times that they've ported it, right? Like 7 or 8 times. Like PlayStation 3 and 4 and Switch, and I don't know. I don't know exactly what consoles, but they ported this game so many times through the years, and they even came out with a re-release here recently. Like, if it's that bad of a game, why are they keep porting it, you know, and remastering it? So that's evidently somebody likes it. Maybe one guy in the development department that has enough pull, you know, to put projects on that like that. But I don't know. Maybe it's somebody's pet, you know, in the higher ups that just want to keep it going. It's not my favorite game, but I mean, I do enjoy it quite a bit.
Let's clean up these fiends.
There's just there's a lot of story loopholes. My favorite. That's a really good question. I mean, there's a lot of role-playing games that I like, but I never really stopped to think which one would I really care about the most. I would say if like across all platforms, I think my favorite would be a tie between Chrono Cross and What was that? It would be Chrono Cross and
Little by little, I'm becoming stronger.
My old age hasn't stopped me from growing.
Like, I'm
Yeah,
totally
that's pretty
stronger
hard.
than before.
Excellent.
Hmm. Yeah, I have too many. I have too many favorites. But I do like some of the Grandia series. I do like some of the Wild Arms series,
That turns me on.
and you know, there's some PC games out there too that I like. The role playing ones, like Baldur's Gate 2 is one of my top favorites too. I like Baldur's Gate 2. Baldur's Gate 1 was fun, but Baldur's Gate 2 was really nice. I tried playing Baldur's Gate 3 here recently. I downloaded one of their recent builds, and it was terrible. I'm like, they put it, you can tell they put a lot of work into the graphics and the and like the voice acting and all that, you know, like the storytelling and stuff. But everything else is complete garbage. The battle system is garbage. The way that they tried balancing out the combat is horrendous. Even worse than this. I mean, at least with this game, you have a chance, you know, in some of the fights. With Baldur's Gate 3, man, it is like, I don't know how they expect you to beat certain things unless you're like doing co-op, and that's another thing too. Like the way that they got the co-op setup is so weird. Like how do you like stay, you know, together throughout the whole thing if not everybody's online, you know?
Let's clean up these fiends.
But one of my biggest gripes with Baldur's Gate 3 is your limited selection. Like with all the other D&D games that's been out, you can cross class, multi-class, you know, do specialty, you know, classes, prestigious classes, you know.
Sweet.
You don't get that with Baldur's Gate 3. I saw a Warlock on there, and I was like, oh shit, Warlock. I want to be a Warlock assassin with a, what was it, Pact of the Blade. And that would be pretty sick. But then, like, when I hit level 3, and the only option I had was Pact of the Chain, and it was just, you get a familiar. That's it. Like a shit familiar. That's all you get for your level 3 specialty. I'm like, that's complete trash. I mean, how can you take something that could be so good and just crap it out like that? But I mean, it's still an early access, which has been an early access for many months. I don't know what the deal is, if they're ever gonna finish it or. Oh man, and I'm going to end up getting on the soapbox because I don't know if you heard it or not, but there's this MMO that's still in alpha called Pantheon, and like 2 or 3 years ago, I pledged $300 to support the game to like its crowdfunding. 3 years ago, it was in alpha. 3 years later, it's still in alpha. I'm like, when is this game going to be released? I mean, there is no talk at all. I know it's smart not to give a deadline for a game unless you absolutely know that you can meet the deadline. But there is no talk at all about it when it's going to reach beta, which is when I can actually play it. I completely forgot my login, my password, all that shit by now. Because, I mean, I've been waiting for so long to have a chance to play it. Yeah, it's still stuck in alpha. I mean, it's funny because it's not like I would say it's a scam, because they're actually giving weekly, like, updates on stuff, like all these little things and developments that they're doing all the time, every week. And they even do, like, videos online, like on YouTube and stuff like that, on a regular basis. But it seems like it's very little, you know, like they're spinning their wheels, and I don't know if they're just trying to milk out as much money as possible before they finally go, oh well, due to COVID or whatever, we are having to regret, we're having to cancel the game, you know, or something like that. No refunds. Bernie Sanders, run away. Yeah. Well, I mean, this isn't the only time something like this has happened with an MMO. There have been a lot of crowdfunding for video games through the years where, I mean, they get thousands and thousands in donations, and then they just poof. So it may be a scam, it may not be a scam, I don't know. But I mean, at least if it is a scam, they are really doing a really good job at hiding the facts, or actually putting the effort into making it look legitimate. But I'm done with MMOs. So it's like, I can't get a refund for it. I might give my login and password to somebody that are interested in playing. But by this time, I have come to the realization that MMOs are just too much of a time sink for me to waste my life on anymore. Because I played Final Fantasy XI for over 10 years, and looking back on it now, I wish I had those 10 years back. Because I wasted so much time playing that game and grinding, staying up at night for hours and hours to camp stuff that ultimately I just quit anyway. But I wasted so much of my life on that game. What could I could have learned how to play the piano or something during that time. You know, I could have done something constructive. MMOs, man. MMOs suck the life out of you. I don't care anybody who says how much they like an MMO. They suck the life out of you. I mean, Final Fantasy 14 is not as bad as 11. At least in 14, you can put it down. You can do a mission or something, and you can do it for an hour or two, and then you can put it down and walk away. You know, that's fine. That's not bad. But 11, it wasn't like that. You know, 11, you had guilds, and guilds had schedules, and they had times when you had to be there and do something. And for 11, most of the time that you did for guilds was for NMs, you know, like rare monsters that only appeared, and this was before there was instances, like instances where you would go as a group to somewhere, and you would have a monster appear, and it would only appear for you and your group, you know, and you get to fight it. That wasn't like that back then. Back then, it was one monster for the entire server. So everybody that wanted that monster would all compete against it, you know, to claim it. And then if you did claim it, sometimes they played dirty games like trying to bring other monsters over to kill your party so that they can also take it. And then you had all the, you know, it's not racist, this is true. This is something that actually happened, but this game was around right when the Chinese RMT started. And at first, you know, I mean, it was around before it, but when I was playing it was when I first started to see them come into games. And at first, they didn't seem that harmful. Like, they were just, you know, groups of people playing, you know, 4 to 6 characters all training each other, because it was one guy with multiple computers or instances playing 4 to 6 characters at a time. You know, and at first it seemed harmless, like, you know, oh look, hey, it's a funny bot, you know, with all these people training behind them, you know, and we didn't think much of it at first. But then when they got their characters leveled up, they started camping everything that everybody else wanted. And they used illegal software that would auto-claim these monsters before they would even show up for anybody else. And then, when they started doing that, then you started seeing the prices for these items skyrocket. Like 10 to 100 times their value was originally. And they go, oh hey, it's okay. You know, this item now costs 40 million, but hey, you can buy gold from us and buy that item with real money currency. You know, and that's and that's when we had it we called it the China Wars, because we would be full out like against these people. We would constantly try to MPK them. We would, you know, do everything we can to try to stop them, but Square Enix didn't do anything about it until like a whole year and a half later, or 2 years later. And then they started doing the RMT bans. So I mean, that was good, but the problem is that these guys were flooding in so fast. They were recreating new accounts so quickly, and they got it down to a science to where it only took a couple of weeks for them to get their characters leveled up all the way, and then they would start all over again. And for a while, it made the game not fun. It was unplayable. But I can go into it for hours. I can go into detail of all the nightmares I had to go with that game, with not just with the RMT, but like some of the things I had to do. And like just one example. I don't want to get into it too much, but just one example. So there was this one item for a class called Thief, and it gave Treasure Hunter, which increased the drop rate of rare monsters or anything you fight. It increases the drop rate. So the drop rate was very meager. It was only like 1 or 2% increase. But whenever you're trying to get something that has like 0.5% or 1% drop rate, it's a pretty big deal. So this item only dropped from a rare in this one zone, and it was a very hard drop rate. I mean, it was very, very rare, and it would take long amounts of time before anybody would actually get one. And your Thief was pretty much worthless until you get it. Thieves didn't do that good of a damage, so nobody really wanted Thief at all in their parties or in their guilds unless you have this knife. when the RMT came, that knife went up to like 40 million. So you couldn't buy it anymore unless you were buying currency. So the only option was to camp it against these RMT. But of course, it's only one monster for the whole server at a time. So you're trying to fight all these guys trying to get this one monster that has a really rare chance of dropping. So after all the NPKs, all of the drama and everything that went on with it, it took me 3 months, day and night, 3 whole months before I finally got the knife to drop for me. Now this is the kicker. This is the deal breaker right here, and this killed the game for me for the large part. The day after, the very day after, and I did not see any I didn't see any announcements or anything about it. The very day after I got this knife, they did an update. And they said in the update, they made that thief's knife a force pop.
Let's do this.
What that means is that now instead of
That's quite the gamble.
now instead of killing the regular monsters and waiting a certain amount of time for it to appear before you have a chance to fight it and get the drop, you could now kill monsters, get an item that you trade to a question mark on the floor, and he'll automatically appear to you. And then you automatically claim it, and then you get to fight it. They didn't increase the drop rate. I think they might have increased the drop rate. I'm not sure, but basically it means that you can fight this thing many times a day, as much as you want, until you get the item. Not long after that, the price for it dropped from 40 million down to like 100,000. I'm like, I spent 3 months of my life trying to get this stupid thing, and you did this to me. I mean, it's nice that they made it something to where now everybody has an easy shot of getting it, but 3 months! 3 months, day and night, can you imagine? My God, I lost my shit. I quit the game and I didn't pick it up again till I think 3 or 4 months later. I'm like, I was so royally pissed at that. I'm like, of all the shit that I had to deal with the game and with Square Enix, that was like the straw right there. That was the straw that broke my back. And I was like, I'm done with these fuckers. Eventually I calmed down and I got bored or something and I picked it up again after that. But that was something else. And that wasn't the only MMO I played. I also played some DDO, and DDO was pretty fun. I like DDO because DDO was like Final Fantasy XIV in a lot of the sense that you could pick it up and put it down anytime you want. You know, there really wasn't any guilds that demanded for you to be there for anything. So it was a pretty chill game, and it was fun because I like DDO because it has narration. You know, there's a lot of people that narrate the stories for the quest. You know, each quest has a little story to it, and somebody talks to you while you're playing it. And describes what's going on, and it's fun. I mean, it's a really fun game. I would still play it now if I wasn't doing this and I was doing a lot of other stuff. But yeah, DDO is pretty cool too because you can you don't have to pay a subscription. You can buy the packs or whatever of the game, and then it's yours forever. You know, the packs that you buy,
That means nothing.
they'll always be yours.
This is of no concern to you.
So, yeah, it's fun. I still have an account, but I don't play it anymore. But yeah, I wish I had my 10 years back.
Let's do this.
Let's clean up these fiends. Good effort.
Flesh may fail, but the soul burns.
Taste it.
Advance on their flank! Hold still so I can tear you apart.
Man, I'm almost close to being done for streaming for today, and I still got so much more to do. Protection for sure.
This is just the beginning.
My old age hasn't stopped me from growing.
I would work on this more tomorrow, but man, I gotta mow the yard mower tomorrow, so I may not be able to do much of it tomorrow. But I got time off and on all next week. I'm gonna be doing this, and hopefully all of this bullshit will be done, and then I can actually do some the rest of the side quests, and then move forward with a main story. I'm almost done with this game. I mean, it's right there. Once you get to Underwelt, I mean, there's not that much left between there and the finish line.
I guess I can help you out.
Now, I can't wait to play this next game after this. Right now, I just entered Underwelt, and I only got a few quests left, a few side quests, like a few of the recruits that I never got, like Haruko and was it like there was a couple of others, but there's only like a few quests that I haven't done yet. Most of what my side stuff I gotta do is this and those achievements. I got a ton of achievements that have all the magazines in them and art skills that I gotta do. So I have to do a lot of that still. So there's still a ton to do still. Hopefully I'll get done with a lot of that. I try not to do like stuff like this in the achievements while on stream, but because I can't really do anything else until I do this, that I'm having to do it now.
Are you okay?
But as soon as I get all that stuff done, then I can finish the game up. I've already done a couple of the DLCs already too. I mean, I still got a few I still got to do, but I don't think I'll be able to do them all in the first playthrough. You're pretty good with the game if you can do 100% on your first playthrough. That's some good bragging rights. But I don't claim to be a good player. I just play. But I would like to at least try everything. Just so people have a chance to see what they're going against.
Yes. Hit him harder.
I still got the Enlightened 7 to do, and I still have the Jehoiah Royals, Demigod, what was it, his brother, not the Fallen, but the Fallen DLC.
I feel like
I still have to do the Cyclops DLC. And the White Conqueror. I still have those to do.
Let's do this.
But I did the Dragon one, and I did the what was it, the floating thing with all the babies on it. I did those already, and they weren't that bad. The Dragon was rough. The Dragon actually took like an hour and a half because I had to constantly like raise myself throughout the whole fight, but I was able to kill it in the end. It was an epic fight. At first I thought, like, man, this isn't going to be too bad, because I fought dragons before. Man, was I wrong.
Come on, let's kick some ass.
Ha! Are you even trying?
But considering I did those DLCs early on, was pretty nice. Like, you usually don't do those until after you do all these upgrades and stuff.
Next time you're dead.
Damn, that's fast.
Advance on their flank!
Oh, come on.
Stop slacking.
Not bad.
Sweet!
Only in death does one cease to grow.
Of course, nothing.
Let's do this.
Hit him hard, hit him fast.
I'm going to try this one more time, and then I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. I'm going to end the stream. And then I'll be back on Monday with Sword of Vermilion. Sword of Vermilion is a pretty fun game. I finished Phantasy Star 2 before that. And that's one of my favorites, Phantasy Star 2. But
Let's kick some ass.
Sword of Vermilion sure is a lot easier. I think one of my biggest weaknesses is sense of direction, and a lot of these early RPGs are mazes. Like the maps and everything just look like a big grid maze, and unless you have like maps, you can spend a long time in those dungeons just trying to find your way around. And Phantasy Star 2, you either had to make your own map or you go online and you look at the map. But Sword of Vermilion is nice at least because they give you a chance to get the maps inside the game so that you get to see the whole grid and where you are on the grid. So that makes things a lot easier for me.
Sweet! Did everyone see what just happened?
Excellent.
Damn. Oh well. Let me see which one of my buddies is online here. And, we'll go raid them. Let's see. Oh, okay. Here's one of my friends that are on right now. Let's go ahead and raid them. It's Kawaii Chibi Koniko. He's pretty funny. He's what is he playing? He's playing Undermine, which is, I don't know, some game I never heard of before. but he's good. But thank you very much for hanging around, Noki and whoever else is watching me right now. And take care, guys. And I will see you on Monday for Sword of tongue-tied Sword of Vermilion. Y'all have a good one. Oh yeah. Take care.